Um, the Ikwerre people are not really smiling on this. I think a lot of people have said that the Ikwerre people don't have history. They must remain a subgroup. The Ikwerre people have told everybody that they are Ikwerre by ethnic nationality. This thing has led to a lot of political war on social media. So of recent, the Ikwerre people have just come out to narrate a brief history about the Ikwerre people, the Iwhurouhna people. Let's listen to what she has to say.
So we got this at the request of the Ikwerre Social Awareness Forum TV. So welcome to the Ikwerre Social Awareness Forum TV. We've been getting requests from some of our viewers requesting about the history of the Ikwerre people, which made us realize we haven't really gone in depth into the history of the Iwhurouhna people, and hence brings us to today's discussion, a deep history of the Ikwerre, Ikwerre, and Oba ethnic nationalities of Rivers State. During the reign of Oba Ikwerre I, there was a warrior who served in his palace from a place called Akalaka that is still in Benin till this day. The chief warrior, known as Akalaka, was accused of trying to overthrow the Oba, who was Ikwerre I, around the late 14th to the early 15th century. Because of this accusation, he, Akalaka, his wife, his half-brother Ochichi, had to flee with their newborn baby, his name Ikwerre. Now, pay attention. His newborn baby was named Ikwerre. We will get back to this. While on the run, Akalaka settled at what we call River State today. He, Akalaka, waited for roughly over 5 to 9 years for his first wife from Benin to conceive again, but alas, she didn't, which was what prompted him to take a second wife from the Ndoni people. Now, pay attention. Ndoni is still in River State till this day, and this second wife from Ndoni bore him another son, which he called Oba, which is the Oba people, which is why they still call their kings Oba till this day. Now, pay attention. He now has 2 sons who would later be the founders of 2 ethnic nationalities in Rivers State, the Ikwerre ethnics and the Oba ethnics. Now, let's continue. God, in his infinite mercy, opened the womb of his first wife from Benin up again, and she bore him another son, which Akalaka called Iwhurouhna, or should I say, the Ikwerre people. Now, this is where the Ikwerres often get it wrong. You see, according to research, the Benins say the word is Iwhurouhna, which simply means death shall not take this one away in their own language. But most times, we mispronounce it as Iwhurouhna, which rightly translates to face of the palace. I have always asked myself as an Ikwerre person though, why there is always the N at the end of Iwhurouhna. But then again, I guess we'll never know. So, moving on to our discussion. Over time, due to siblings rivalry and disputes, Oba had to go his separate way to found his own kingdom, which is today called the Oba ethnic nationality. Ikwerre stayed back at the place Akalaka settled and also founded the Ikwerre ethnic nationality, and Iwhurouhna crossed over to the other side of the river in what we call Ikwerre land today and founded his own empire. I guess we can call it that, since it is the largest of all 3 siblings. But here is the twist though. Iwhurouhna or Ikwerre is not solely made up of the descendants of Iwhurouhna alone. The brother of Akalaka, who also fled Benin by the name Ochichi, also founded some towns in Ikwerre land. And the 2 sons of Ikwerre also founded some towns in Iwhurouhna. So here is a breakdown of the founders of Ikwerre. The last sons of Ikwerre, which are Ikwerre and Awala, crossed over to the other side of the river, known today as Ikwerre land, and founded the following towns. Ikwerre founded Rumekpe, Elele Alimini, Rumuji, Ndele, and some parts of Iba. Awala founded Isiokpo and some parts of Iba too. Ochichi, the half-brother of Akalaka the Great, also moved to the other side of the river, known today as Ikwerre land, and founded the following towns: Elele, Omarelu, Ebeda, Alimini Isiokpo, and Iwhurouhna, the 3rd son of Akalaka, founded the entire remaining Ikwerre towns. So, roughly about 90% of Ikwerre land was founded by Iwhurouhna, Akalaka's 3rd son. and the remaining 10% was founded by the half-brother of Akalaka, whose name is Ochichi, and sons of Ikwerre, the first son of Akalaka, which is why we always say Eli Ikwerre Iwhurouhna, because we are all connected by the way of Akalaka and Akalaka's father, no matter how you trace it. Now, most persons ask, how do you know all this? Well, it is simple. Oral history and traditions, well preserved by the custodians of the culture and history. Now, as we all know, Ikwerre is divided into 4 local government areas, which are Obiakpo LGA, Emohua LGA, Ikwerre LGA, and Port Harcourt City LGA. However, these 4 local governments have within them kingdoms, a total of 7 kingdoms to be precise, and each kingdom has its overall king, popularly called the Nyenwe or Yenwe Ali, and each kingdom have within them towns, which also has its individual chiefs, also called Yenwe or Yenwale as well. Give you a typical example. I am from Obiakpo LGA, but my kingdom is Akpo Kingdom. And in Akpo Kingdom, I am from Obogoro Town. And in Obogoro Town, I could be from Anaka or Rumehinwa community. You never know.
As you can see, the Ikwerre people are not smiling these days. They have come out to narrate a brief history about the Iwhurouhna people, the Ikwerre people of the Niger Delta. I think a lot of people have been coming out to attack the Ikwerre people and trying to subdue them, trying to make them a subgroup under the Igbo ethnic nationality. But the Ikwerre have rejected and debunked such histories coming from the Southeast people, making them a subgroup. A lot of people say that the Ikwerre people don't have history, but I'm glad to see Ikwerreans coming out to narrate a brief history about themselves. I know a lot of people will still come out to counter them and debunk it. These people that are coming out to debunk Ikwerre history, if you ask them now, they don't even have history. They are only good at debunking people's history. They will not talk about their own histories. But meanwhile, I'm happy that Ikwerreans are coming out to narrate a brief history about themselves. And this is what their parents told them. And this is what they know about themselves. I know a lot of people will come out to counter this. You want to counter Ikwerre history. Before you counter Ikwerre people's history, tell us your own history.